Welcome back. Coach Denise LaSalle coming to you guys live from Madison Group Coaching and Consulting Firm. Thank you all for joining. Okay, so if you're just picking up, I'll tell you what you missed out on. You missed out on us going over the IPR method, introspective, retrospective, and perspective. You've also missed out on us going over the whole truth and transparency, as well as understanding your why. So just introspective, perspective, and retrospective, looking into yourself, having a perspective of yourself, giving the world a perspective of yourself, and then being able to look back and learn from your mistakes and grow from your mistakes. Then also understanding why you want to do what you want to do, finding your truths, admitting your truths, acknowledging your truths, and growing from your truths, right? Being transparent and being able to allow the world to see your truths, and like I said, and hopefully to learn and grow from them. And it's just all about understanding the why and why you're doing what you're doing. Where did you get your beliefs from? Is it just tradition, or is it a limited belief that you really need to break away from? So yeah, that's what we've been going over the last two chapters. So tonight we're going to talk about success and you creating your vision, because once we did the whole introspective thing, we looked into us and we've understood where we found out some truths about ourselves, understood where we come from and where we might be going or where we want to go. Now it's time for us to create our vision. And we can rest assured that our vision now is ours and ours to own. When we can own our vision, we can now understand our purpose in life. So just for an example, my purpose in life, I knew it early on in my early childhood. I knew that I wanted to be a social worker, right? I always knew that I had a need for helping people. And I just went, I had that purpose. I didn't really have a vision and I didn't really have a mission, only to bring me back 20 some years later, full circle, to be right back where I started, right? So yeah, I had that purpose. So maybe some of you have found your purpose, and we want to make sure we help you create your vision, or that you create your vision, and that you also have a plan to go along with that vision, which we will call your mission, right? Because your vision is simply what it is, and your mission is how you're going to get there. Your purpose, of course, is your why. So we want to talk about the purpose, the vision, and the mission. Any company I have worked for family-owned companies. I have started my own company. I've started a couple of my own companies. I have worked for Fortune 500 companies, but each one of those companies would have had to start with a purpose and a vision. And guys, they don't have to go first find your purpose, first then find your vision, then find your mission. No, they can all come along together. So for some, it's as simple as that, but others, we actually have to, think about it, write it out, plan it out, reverse some things, backtrack, so. But we all have a general big picture. We have, and again, what we would call our vision. The vision is the big picture. Guys, if any of you guys have ever talked to me or know me, you know that I have an issue with vision parties or vision board parties. And my issue with that is that we do. Now, don't get me wrong. My vision board is great. It has helped me to stay focused. I will encourage everybody to start with a vision, to start with your board, write it down, draw pictures, whatever you have to do. You have to build your vision. You have to have your vision. I get that. I understand it. I agree with that. But you also have to have a plan. So after that vision comes a mission. You have to have a plan. You have to be able to tell us how and why you're going to get there. Okay, so let's just say my purpose in life, again, 20-something odd years ago, was to be that social worker. I saw that I had a purpose in life to equip and empower people to be successful, to equip them with the tools that they needed in order to be successful. I knew that was my purpose in life. Now, did I work in that purpose, or did I do that? No, because all I did was I just had that purpose, and I really didn't have a vision of what I wanted to do or how I wanted that to look, and most definitely didn't have a plan on how I was going to get there, okay? And after trial and tribulations, after, living someone else's dream or going according to someone else's plan, I had to get aligned with my higher power. I had to get a spiritual alignment and understand where I was going, right? And take a look back and see where I was coming from. So now I know my purpose, and I can tell you my vision. My vision is to be able to help empower people at a much larger level. You see, early on in my childhood, I thought my purpose was to be a social worker, but no, that was actually a part of the mission. That was going to be my means to helping people, right? My purpose was to empower as many people as I could to make the right decisions and to live a much better life, to break the cycle of poverty, to show everyone that they could succeed at whatever they wanted to do, to be successful and whatever success meant to them. That was the bigger picture. That was my purpose. And like I said, I thought social work was the purpose, but social work was just a means. Social work was just my mission. So I was on a mission to become a social worker. I was going to go to school, take the classes, start some counseling classes, whatever I had to do, because I was on a mission. That's what it was. I was on a mission to become a social worker so that I could help people. That was helping people was, of course, the bigger picture. That was the goal, right? I never had a vision to say where, okay, well, I want to be able to help all the young boys and girls in the world, or all of this group or all of that group. No, I just knew my bigger purpose, and I was on a mission. Now, let me tell you what happens when you're on that mission without a vision. When you're on that mission without a vision, it is very easy to be sidetracked. It is very easy to start to live someone else's dream, right? So what happened? I'm in school. I'm going for this social work degree or what have you, and I land a job that was paying me more than I would make after going to school as a social worker, right? Much more than I would make so I started chasing the income, right? I started building someone else's dream. I started helping someone else to reach their goals and not mine. And it took 12 years of my life before I realized that this is not my dream. I probably realized it more on, but by that time I had fear that had kicked in of branching out on my own or starting over and all of that good stuff. And again, I'm thankful for, having the opportunity to have worked the jobs that I worked and worked for the corporations that I've worked for. Trust me, I learned a lot doing those things. So it wasn't all bad. It's just that I wasn't living my dream. And I wasn't living, I didn't have a vision. So I can say that those things helped me, build my vision. I saw other things that I wanted to see, and that I could reach for, right? Because as a child, of course, I couldn't see those things. I didn't have the opportunity to dream. I had an opportunity to dream, I guess, but that's all it would have been at that time. So yeah, we learned that we can reach for these things and that we can now attain these things. So I picked up over those 12 years, I picked up a lot of tools to help me be successful. And a lot of coaches came my way, and they guided me, and they led me, and they say, Denise, let me help you. So yeah, they helped me become the woman that I am today. So I am thankful for the route that I've taken. I wouldn't give my past back for nothing in the world. Some of my first clients came right in my very home, right in my very household. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that my older brother had something to do with me wanting to be the social worker in the first place. My sister probably bumped it up to psychologist. Yeah, so, I had firsthand experience on dealing with different personality types, and we all have, but I was, I guess, intrigued by them. So, again, I've done a whole 360 to where I wanted to start some 20, 30 years ago, and I'm back here helping people and empowering people to live their best life, empowering people, setting people up with the tools that they will need to succeed. So yeah, that's where we are. But let's get back to it. Let's get back to your vision. Like I said, I had the opportunity to, find my purpose in life and to create my vision and to actually put a plan in order. And guys, it does not happen overnight. And sometimes you will run into roadblocks, and we'll talk about that next. But it may not even be roadblocks. It just may be the paths that you're going to take, right? So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I just want you to make sure wherever you are in this transformation stage, I just want to make sure that you understand that your vision is your vision and you must find your purpose first. You must find your why. You must understand your why and then know exactly what you want to do. So if we talk about going back to the vision board or the vision board parties, we set up, we put this picture on the board of this big fancy house, but had no idea of how we're going to get it on a 20, 30, 40, $50,000 income. You're looking at $1 million home. Or if I've seen people say that they want to be married within a year and don't even have a boyfriend or a girlfriend yet. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying that we need to have a plan and we need to be able to look inside of us and see what is it that we need to change. What route do we need to take? I want a certain job, okay? Or I want to start my company, or I want to start my business. Most definitely, you're not going to be able to start that business sitting on the couch all day, every day, unless you got the laptop or the computer in your hand and you're making moves, okay? But you can't just say it. You have to make sure you have that vision and know what it's going to take to, put a mission plan together. It's funny because I think it's a slang term to say I'm on a mission. What does being on a mission really mean? And if you are on a mission, where are you going? And for the Twitter people and all of that good stuff, if you are leading people or if people are following you, where are you leading them to? Okay, so you want to make sure, guys, and time is very important. So you want to make sure that you use your time wisely. It's essential. I do it, but I kind of beat myself up about it. Like if I spend a whole day watching TV, I just wasted 8 hours that I could have been doing something productive. You need to make sure that each moment of your day is well spent. And, when you look back at the end of the day, you don't need to be able to say that, hey, I spent X amount of hours doing nothing. Or you need to be able to say that I spent X amount of hours getting to my goal. I spent X amount of hours working on my dream. I spent X amount of hours meeting with people that was going to help me get to my dream or to help me get to my goal. I spent X amount of hours trying to revitalize this plan, trying to see what roadblocks I have and how to eliminate them. I spent X amount of hours trying to get rid of or working on the bad habits that I know that I formed and to get rid of these limited beliefs. So we need to make sure that we take the time that we are given. The time is the most precious thing that we have. No matter what, we all have 24 hours in this day, and we need to know exactly how we're going to use them. So let me just leave you with this example. Let's just say that you are a leader in company ABC, right? And you have an idea of where you want this company to go. You want to move this company from 110 to 190 on a tipping scale, right? You want to go from underperforming to performing plus some, right? You want to meet and beat all expectations. You have that vision. You know this. But you just can't seem to get your team to buy in, right? So I would suggest that so much of your time, after hours maybe even, that you would have to spend time learning how to get your team to buy in. And then that way, you can't say that you're wasting time. You will have to actually put things in action. Have that meeting. Make sure that meeting is productive. And once that meeting is productive, you want to make sure you go out and you put that plan into action. We cannot sit at these meetings and just continuously talk, and do not act on them, right? You have that vision. You have to be able to execute on that vision. You have to spend time wisely on how to make that vision come to fruition, right? You have to be able to spend the time to make that vision become successful, bringing it to light. It may take some financials, it may take more team members, whatever it takes, but it is going to be your job to find the time to take that vision and to find a mission, to find an action plan, to put your team in action, okay? So I want to leave you guys tonight with finding your purpose, making sure that your vision is aligned with the company's vision or with your own vision or with you and your higher power vision, whether you have to meditate or pray, whatever you have to do, but make sure that vision is yours and that it is your purpose and you are in alignment. Even if it's a job that you're working, make sure that that job is right for you. And then, like I say, put that plan together. All faith with no works is no good. You must act on it. You must put that plan together and act on it in order for anything to come together, right? So yeah, and then after that, make sure that we're using, while we're acting, we want to make sure that we're using our time wisely. Okay, so purpose, vision, mission, and using that time wisely. So until we meet again, let's continue to shine.